Welcome to Traveling While Black.
Hey, what's up? I'm Anthony, this is my wife Marley, and welcome to another episode of Traveling While Black.
Yes, welcome back everyone. As a brief reminder, our show is based on our experiences traveling, and we base those experiences off of how good of a drive it was, how much fun we had, and most importantly, how comfortable do we feel as Black people visiting for the first time.
For this episode, Mars and I got to visit a part of the state that we have yet to visit since moving here, and it was an area that has been highly recommended to us.
Yes, so for this episode, we went to the central part of the state. It was our first time to visit the Yakima Valley, and we were so excited to go on great hikes, try great food, and of course, my personal favorite, try some great wine.
Yep, so to see if the area lived up to recommendations, take a look at this episode, and as always, let us know what you think.
Located in the heart of Washington's wine country, the Yakima Valley is known for its top-notch breweries, amazing restaurants, and of course, award-winning wine.
The Yakima Valley's warm, dry summers and mild winters, along with the volcanic and rich soil, is the reason why the whole Yakima Valley area is perfect for growing grapes, hops, and agriculture all around.
On top of being a source of amazing wine, beer, and food from soil to table, the Yakima Valley also provides great access to nature. Surrounded by canyons, rivers, and mountains, no surprise, the Yakima Valley is a perfect destination for outdoor lovers like us.
Beautiful landscape, warm weather, great food,
and wine.
It was no surprise why we were excited to take our very first trip to the popular and highly recommended Yakima Valley, Washington.
And especially excited for the great wine.
Drive grade. The drive to our central point within the Yakima Valley area, the city of Yakima, was just under 2.5 hours coming from Seattle, which is not bad, considering in less than 200 miles, you can experience a totally different climate zone.
Although the drive requires taking two different interstates, I-90 and I-82, the views along the way of both make it a treat, as was the case on the day that we went.
Yes, the views alone make this drive a highly recommended one. On the way back, we took the Ellensburg to Seattle route, which took us through the Yakima River Canyon. The scenery there was breathtaking.
Of course, a trip coming from Seattle requires going through a pass, so you will always have to consider those precautions when traveling during the winter. But even if you're visiting from out of state, we recommend flying into the western side of the state just to experience the drive.
A scenic route to a popular destination that's under a 2.5 hours drive away, we give a 5 out of 5 for drive grade.
Level of fun. Being that the Yakima Valley is such a popular recommendation, it was no surprise that there were going to be an unfathomable amount of great options for experiencing the area, from shops, museums, and restaurants to everything outdoors. So to maximize the time we had on our first visit, we had to be strategic.
Yep, strategic, but still try to get in as much as possible. Being that we were in the heart of wine country, it made sense to start our visit by having brunch at Washington State's premier wine houses, dedicated to sparkling wine, Trevery Cellars, located in the city of Wapato.
What made most sense to me on top of the brunch in the heart of wine country at one of the premier wine houses dedicated to sparkling wines was to experience Trevery's mimosa flights. It was no surprise that everything tasted amazing.
Trevery Cellars, a family-owned sparkling wine house, produces some of the finest handcrafted award-winning sparkling wines, which is actually served at the White House during State Department receptions. Another impressive fact is that the location is actually within the building that was the very first winery within the Yakima Valley.
Other than tastings, Trevery offers tours of the property. During the spring, summer, and fall, guests can enjoy the beauty of the surrounding scenery via its outdoor seating that is replaced with cute igloo pods during the winter season. So if you do plan a trip to the Yakima Valley, we definitely recommend Trevery as a stop no matter what time of the year.
With the access to nature being one of the area's claim to fame, and us knowing the comfort nature offers, it made perfect sense to next experience a local hike. For that, we chose to check out the Cowiche Canyon Trail, located within Cowiche Canyon Recreation Area.
We went to the Cowiche Canyon Trail West Trailhead, mostly because it was the easiest trail out of all the ones located within the recreation area. But despite the easy level, hikers of all levels would still enjoy the surreal experience walking the trail.
The flat rocky path runs along the Cowiche Creek and in between cool-looking rock formations created as a result of volcanic lava flows millions of years ago. Walking the trail almost felt like we were walking on a different planet, but the peace and beauty made it a planet that we could really get used to.
Yes, we enjoyed our hike throughout the trail, and if you happen to be looking for more of a challenging hike, the trail does connect to other trails that run throughout the area. After that experience, we headed back into Yakima, this time looking to experience a little art and culture. In order to do that, we booked a pottery painting session at Creative Yakima.
Creative Yakima is a studio that provides a space for, as they put it, inspiration, creativity, and quality unplugged time with your family. And beautiful people, let me tell you, this was a blast. Walking in, I was inspired right away. In fact, the inspiration had me originally pick an item to paint that was probably too advanced for your boy's skill level. But once I came back down to earth, I let my creativity flow. It was freeing.
Adding to the experience and in line with being in the heart of wine country, Creative Yakima also had wine for sale to enjoy with painting. No surprise, that sealed the deal for me and the experience. After adding the final touches, we handed our works of art to the Creative Yakima team member to be cooked in the oven as final part of the process.
Creative Yakima is a great option for every person and occasion. From a family outing with young children to a date night, we definitely recommend a visit to Creative Yakima. And even though we booked a session, walk-ins are always welcome. After our artistic creative experience, we were ready to experience some more of the beverage scene of the Yakima Valley. But this time, we were thinking beer instead of wine.
For that, we chose The Tap, a 50-tap self-pour tap room in downtown Yakima offering a variety of local, regional, craft beers, wines, and ciders. On top of the great options for adult beverages, The Tap was a cool experience within itself. Customers get a special wristband tied to a debit or credit card. Then whenever you're ready or thirsty, just walk up to the tap of the beverage of your choice, scan the special wristband, then pour up.
Customers are charged by the ounce, and keeping track of the ounces is pretty easy. Beyond the awesome no-wait tap experience, The Tap offers a bar food menu and multiple TVs great for taking in a big game. After the beer, it was about time to experience a Yakima Valley dinner. The area's reputation for good food made it known that we were going to have a tough choice to make.
But we couldn't pass up the opportunity to experience food made by a local chef that was featured on a Netflix cooking show and MasterChef Season 8 with Gordon Ramsay. So we had dinner at Eats and Elixirs. Sean Niles, also known as Fat Pastor's establishment, offers an unbelievable, globally inspired small plate menu, custom cocktails crafted by an in-house mixologist, and an all-around flavorful experience.
We most definitely enjoyed the overall experience, from the amazing food and cocktails to the intimate vibe set right with the live music performer, which happened to be his sister, by the way. We can't recommend enough that everyone experience Eats and Elixirs on a trip to the Yakima Valley. Our visit to Eats and Elixirs capped off the good food, drink, and fun time we experienced the whole trip, thus living up to what we had been told.
The Yakima Valley even lived up to what we heard about great shopping. For example, we stopped into a newer shop in the city of Yakima named The Alignment Co. They describe themselves as a fine jewelry, crystal, and arts collective that focuses on bringing the purest form of energy to the surface and into people's space.
Yes, The Alignment Co. was pretty dope, so of course we recommend checking it out. And we can say that The Alignment Co. was only one of the many shops worth stopping in on your next visit to the Yakima Valley.
All in all, for our first time visiting the Yakima Valley, we had a blast. Everything was great as advertised, the wine, the food, the nature.
And not to mention the cost of everything. Shoot, it only took one visit for us to consider it as a new home base. How does traveling while black Yakima Valley sound?
Yes, and even if we don't move, this will not be our last time visiting the Yakima Valley. Based on our experience, we give the Yakima Valley a 5 out of 5 for level of fun.
Comfortability for black people. The black population in the Yakima Valley isn't a lot. For example, the black population in the city of Yakima is only 1.8%. So yeah, as it stands, you're not gonna see a lot of black folk. Still, that does not say Yakima lacks diversity. In fact, Yakima has a very large Hispanic population, and according to the 2020 census, it accounted for more than half of Yakima's overall population.
The large Hispanic population can partly be contributed to the recruitment of Mexican farm workers beginning in the 1940s and 1950s. One interesting fact is that a lot of the migrants came from the Mexican state of Michoacan. Its capital city of Morelia and Yakima became sister cities in 1979.
We definitely got to experience the major ways that Mexican residents contribute to Yakima today. For example, one of the most popular businesses in town, The Tap, is Mexican-owned and operated.
The Yakima Valley is also a great place to connect to Native history and culture, as it is where the Yakima Reservation is located, homeland of the Yakima Nation. The sovereign Native American tribe still plays a crucial role in the agriculture industry in the Yakima Valley, with tribal members owning and operating many of the region's orchards and vineyards.
We recommend planning a visit to the Yakima Nation Cultural Center Museum in the city of Toppenish if you're interested in learning more about Native history and culture. In regards to the Yakima's black population, even though it's not large, there are still black residents that hugely contribute to the Yakima Valley today. For example, the other owner of Eats and Elixirs is black, Gilbert Colombo. And the Alignment Co. is also owned by a black owner, Dimitri Ray, who is actually born and raised in Yakima.
It was great getting to see all those successful black business owners, and we can say overall that our experience within all businesses we visited in the Yakima Valley was very comfortable and a lot of fun. All the people that we encountered were really welcoming and excited when they found out that it was our first time visiting the Yakima Valley.
Yep, the Yakima Valley was a great experience all around. Great views, fun activities, the awesome food,
And wine.
and on top of it all, a friendly welcome. We are happy to say that we give our visit to the Yakima Valley a 4 out of 5 for comfortability for black people. We hope you found this episode to be helpful and entertaining. Be sure to check out our previous episodes.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on all of our social media platforms.
Until next time, beautiful people, stay up, stay true, and do you.